Hi guys, this video is a new tutorial about CraftForms, about creating product personalization forms in CraftForm. And in this video, I will be implementing form that can be seen on the site Blinds4You, this one. So the product is wooden blinds, and we have a bunch of options here. We have this measurement unit that changes minimum value for this width and drop. Then we have fitting, and we also have this option. And exactly these options I will be recreating. I skip this block. At least for now, we will not be checking it. So let's start. I have forms here for management page. I click add new. I will be creating from scratch. So where is my form here? Okay, now I have to add the first field will be this slat size. Select your slat size. Okay, but however, instead of 150 millimeters, I will be using two, 50 and 35. I saw it should have been available, I guess, but on this site it's not available yet. I would like to add it and use table pricing based on the this option, this form field slat size. Okay, so I will have 50 millimeters and 35 millimeters. Now we need a radio field. Okay, so first of all, I always it's actually let me think. Okay, let's add here to the form. I'm just thinking maybe I wrap it in the group, or maybe it was a bad idea. Well, maybe not. Okay, let it be. So I have this field. Okay, why I do this? Why I tend to do this? Because it's easier to manage layout in groups, but maybe it will not be needed here, but still I added group and let it be. So what my label should be this one. And field name, instead of this generic, I just use slat size this way. Okay, now I have options. I would like to use text swatch, and I don't need this with height. Default value, no. Options. So here I remove these two and start from beginning, 35 millimeters. And another option is 50 millimeters. Okay, so this is what I have. And now we can choose 50 millimeters as a default. Now I would like to show these two choices in the row. So I click here in orientation. Fine. Okay. Yeah, I have my first option. Select your slat size. Now let me duplicate this whole group. The second, yes, the second radio field will be measurement unit. Measurement unit, yes. Field name would be very short, unit. And then for options, I keep text swatch, however, different options. So first option will be centimeters. The second one would be millimeters. And the third one is inches. And the default value is centimeters. Yes, like this. So I have two options already. Let's check. I have this one and this one. Now I need width and drop. Okay. So group again. Okay, in this case, I can add the text field. Okay, not this one. Here, this paragraph that appearing, I will remove it. Now I wrap with group again. I have text field. Let me make this group this one. I remove this inner blocks use content with. Okay, text input. It should be with, and field name also will be with. Now, placeholder default value. No, everything is good. Maybe, I just forgot. For validation, we need this one required. This one also required. I think it's not possible to deselect radio. Still, it's better to be on the safe side and make those fields required. And now I have with, and the second text input field, I need a drop. So I duplicate this one. I name this one as drop. Okay, now it's also required. And for layout in the group, I will use grid. However, only maybe something like 4 columns. Yeah, like this. Okay, I have 4 options already. Now I need fitting. So this one. In this case, I also duplicate this group, reorder them. Sometimes it's hard. Okay, I did it. Now I choose here label, and field name will be fitting. And then what we have, recess and exact. Okay. So for options, we remove this and this and this. Instead, add recess. And the next one would be, I forgot, exact. Okay. Now I have also this option. Okay. It looks nicer if I choose here it says, and measurement unit. I also set default one. It's in option settings. It is already chosen SM, but why it's not? Okay, here. So maybe it's a glitch of the Gutenberg. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. I'm saving draft. By the way, title of the form. Let's set it. Wooden, what is this? Wooden blind. Okay, form like this. Nice. Okay, now I think I'm still missing one option. Yeah, this one. So it is MeasureSafe Insurance. And let me do this. I duplicate. Where is duplicate? Here. I duplicate this group. Once again, should remove this paragraph. Okay. Now, instead of radio field, which I delete, I add a checkbox field like this. Okay. Now, I have to select field. Okay. Now, label. We write MeasureSafe Insurance, and the field name will be MeasureSafe, like this. And options, what we choose, default style, it's okay. Then option, I remove this one and this one. Instead, I add this one. So there is no options. I add a new one and put label and put value, yes, it's the only value. It's the only choice here. And I decide to write value yes because it's shorter and it's actually reflect my intention, right, to use it. Here in the label, we can use dynamic tags. However, in this case, I will show you one interesting trick soon. So for now, let's keep it like that, because later I will be changing this label. This is not the final label, okay? So save draft, okay. Options done. I think yes. No, sorry. Like in the previous tutorial, I forgot to add to cart section, right? There is this special block, which is the kind of encapsulated pattern. So I just use it and it adds a quantity and add to cart submit button directly, like everything is ready. And of course, the final touch should be notification because we use them in the form while submitting. Yes, now it's done, this visual side, let's say. What I need next is, I don't need submit actions because it will be for WooCommerce product. Now, then I have to manage the pricing actually. So manage smart variables. I start with smart variables and I want to create some. So first one, we have to add units transformation. So for that, I will be using table, type table, smart variable, and I call it unit factor. And here I will write values of those choices of the unit inches. It should be like this, yes. And I need only one column, and this one will be 1. So it's unit factor is a number that helps transform a value to specific unit based on the base unit. Base unit is SM. So centimeters is 1. When we write in centimeters, it should correspond exactly to the value of centimeters. In case of millimeters, we use 0.1. In case of inches, we use 2.54. So this is the coefficient of transformation. Right, and here for column variable, I choose unit. For row variable, I choose unit. Okay, and default value is 1. Then add. I think it should work this way. Next would be smart variable, also table, that it will be set up for minimum width value. So it will be min dimension. And also similar to the previous one, here I use SM, then mm, then inches. And minimum values will be exactly this. We have 45, 450, and 17.72. Okay, so these are minimum values for width and actually drop, because they are the same, luckily for us, which means a less work. 70.72, correct? Yes. Okay. And again, here I choose unit and unit. So this smart variable will be used in the width and then in the drop for minimum value. So here, this is the data, and I created for min dimension. Should I make it expose? I guess, because it will be used here in the form. So everything we use in the form, in attributes or displaying, it should be exposed. Add. The next one, here, add variable. It will be similar, but maximum dimension, max dim in this case. So it also table. Very similar setup. Let me do this fast. Okay, I need only one column, and it will be 1 and 240, 2400, and it should be 9494. So I decide this is my maximum values of the inputs. Expose and add. Let me check once again. Here I choose 1. Here I changed this column to 1. Okay. Now say changes, and I created those smart variables. Then the question is how to use them. I choose the field, in this case width, and here in the block I have section dynamic validation, this one, not validation. Validation is for static values, like something like 100, I don't know. And dynamic validation, these inputs are for expressions. And in this case, I need min value and max value. So I start from min value, and my smart variable is equal to min dim. And max value is max dim. Yeah, like this. So I just put inside the variable. You see, it's expression. There is no need for how it's called, curly braces, you know, when you display something, because it's like you the same thing you write in the formula. You don't use curly braces, right? So the same principle is here. Then I go to drop. I do the same dynamic validation. Min value here will be min dim, and max value max dim. Okay, it should be like this. So now save draft. It's we did like achieved some milestone and save the form, just not to lose our progress. Now let's add a new variable. It will be okay, it will be with SM. So this is the value in centimeters, because we need variable that will be always transformed whatever width and drop in whatever measurement unit is written by user. It should be converted. It should be converted to centimeters, because our prices are based on values of dimensions in centimeters. This is why. Okay. So in this case, it will be expression, and for width SM, what we write is width times, and we need unit factor. Like, so whatever width will be, we multiply it by unit factor, and this way we get centimeters. And I think we do not need to expose it because we do not use it anywhere. Okay, the next variable will be the same, but for drop centimeters. So as you may guess, we choose drop here, then times, and then a unit factor. And with centimeters, default would be 0. Maybe I would add also default value here and default value here. Yeah, like this. Okay, now we have this, and finally, this is the time for setting prices. In this case, I create a new variable. It will be called price 50, which means price for 50 millimeters slat size, and it will be table. And I don't know the pricing of this product. I have no idea. I did some checks, tried to guess, etc., etc., and at the end I just asked Claude to create some invented prices. So these prices are certainly not real, and I have them in CSV. So I just import them, you know. And here I have columns are width. Where is my width? But it should be with centimeters, this one. And row is drop centimeters. So these prices expect to have values in centimeters, and then it shows the price based on that value. Now, important question is lookup strategy. I don't want to use exact match. Because if I use exact match and customer inserts 46, for instance, it means that there is no 46 and no price. The 8 will be, by the way, default value and should be 0. And for this case, I would like to use closest up. So when it's typed for 45, the price is this one, and if typed 46, then it will be the next price from this range. Okay, we have price 50 table, add, and then we also need the price 35. It's also table. I would like to import it here, and I was using width as column and drop as rows, and closest up, and default value is 0. So very important to pay attention to lookup strategy, the correct one. Okay, so I have my prices for both sizes, correct? Yes. And now I have to kind of unify them, right? So for this, I have to create a new expression, smart variable, type expression, not expression, but conditional. And the name will be blind price. So this is the final price. Whatever size will be chosen, this variable will correspond to the correct price. And this is why I created conditional. So for this one, I need, well, first of all, fallback value is 0, because if none of the sizes somehow is chosen, then the price is 0, obviously. Then I have to add the condition. And in the condition, I will be writing slat size is equal to 50. Actually, it's not the value of the choice. If I'm not mistaken, it should be 50 mm. I guess this, yes. And in this case, the price should be price 50. And this one default, if this, else that, no, add condition, another condition. So I have 35 millimeters, and in this case, the price will be 35. Actually, else is 0, because we have only these two choices, and else is not possible, so it should be 0, obviously. However, I will add this variable with these values, and still I have to go and check if these values correspond with actual values added for that form field slat size. So for now, I click add, I click save, I choose this block and go to options and open, yes, 35 mm, 50 mm. So yeah, this is correct. Here, let's go back, blind price, 50 mm, 35 mm. Yeah, this is correct. Okay, now another variable that will be MeasureSafe price. So basically this checkbox. And let me copy this, but then I add price to the name of the variable. Okay, and the easiest way to add price in here is to make this one linked. Choose MeasureSafe Insurance and choose price. I show it how it works, why it works exactly in another tutorial about bin bag product. So here I will be reading price added to the choice. So here I click add now, click save changes, and I have to go here to the block, to the form field, open options, open that specific option, and in the field price, I will insert exactly this $6.99. We'll be using the same value. So now that smart variable will read this value. It will be equal to that value if customer checks this choice. Okay. Now let's save. Now I need one more variable to do an interesting trick. So here I add my tense variable. It will be called MeasureSafe message, like this. It will be conditional. And I need one condition. I need condition that will be saying if yes, in MeasureSafe, this one. Why I use in? Because MeasureSafe check form field checkbox, its value is array. So I cannot use equal. It will not work because form field checkbox that can have many choices, not one, does not have one value only. It cannot, it never can be equal to one specific value. However, some specific value might be in array of values chosen. So here, and what I'm trying to do here is to create a dynamic label. Okay, why I do this? Let me show you how it works. So here we have this message, and I copied the text and I put it here. Yeah, I just don't want to mess with this all that currency, so let's keep it here. And this is the fallback default, visible when not checked, right? Because when it is checked, so yes, will be in MeasureSafe, we will add another message. Why? Because of this here. Check this. You see, when I check it, the label itself gets changed. So I click that second message here and I put it here, but probably, yeah, let's try this way. Maybe I have to put it inside the quotes. I don't remember. Let's try this way. And certainly I have to expose it for sure, because I will be using it. I will be using it in the form. So my MeasureSafe message, add, save, and now here for this label, it's a bit hard to select it. This is just like, you see, I tried to delete it, but it's sometimes some letters stay. And now I'm trying to type, okay, and I need MeasureSafe message, this one. Okay, so here there will be dynamic tag, that MeasureSafe message smart variable. Let's click Save Draft. We will check how it works soon. Okay, this form field is not required, correct? And finally, we have to set pricing formula. As you remember, the blind price itself is the smart variable, and then optional MeasureSafe Insurance. So what we do, we put plus and then MeasureSafe price, like this, save changes. Now we can publish this form. I duplicate tab because in case I have to go back quickly. So here I add a new product, and it will be wooden, what is this, blind, right? Wooden blind. I add where is this, upload files here, select files. I have my image, so it looks nice. Okay, and now a regular price, it will be starting from 4. It's the lowest price in price 35 table. Okay, now I click, oh, I don't. Actually, I go back, I go to CraftForms, I click connect, and here I choose my wooden blind form, and now I click publish. It should be saved then all together. And let's go to the actual product here. Okay, I see that one does not work, and here it should be input numbers. So I will fix it. First, let's select with and drop, then and drop field, and fix type should be number. Okay. Also for drop, it should be number. Okay. Now let's go back to smart variable. This one, MeasureSafe message, and I think it should be in double quote. Also, attention, you see there is a single quote here, so definitely I cannot use single quotes. That's for sure. This is not correct. Okay, it should be double quotes. Well, actually, double quotes is always safer. Here and here. Okay, update, save changes and save. Let's try again. Okay, this one works. So we have pricing. However, this does not work yet. I think let's go back to the form. Here, smart variables, MeasureSafe message. Okay. Let's try also this fallback value. Let's try it. I'm sure it should work. Oh, right. Yeah, here, finally. So let's try. So 45 and 45. And here, if I click, it becomes that alternative message that says you have applied MeasureSafe Insurance. Like, congratulations. Okay, and now I click again, and it says add MeasureSafe Insurance for just. By the way, let's check the price. It should change the price. Yeah, you see it instantly updates the price. Okay, these two fields, we can make them a bit. Okay, what we do is reduce the number of columns to 4, save, yeah, and it should be better. We can do maybe even 3. but you get the idea. We can work with this. And also, additional thing that I would like to show you is how to manage this template. Okay, this is the extra setting that we can apply, because this price tag gets updated in automatic way. And to actually change it, we can go, it works for full site editing, of course, because for classic theme, it will be governed by the styles of the theme. But for full site editing theme, for block theme like this one, this is the default theme. We can go to editor. Here, this is where we edit templates in this Gutenberg, but templates for the site. And then we have to find probably templates, yeah, here. And now we need single product, this one. Okay, so it's under all templates, or maybe even under WooCommerce, but we found it, single product. I click it. Now I have this block, it's called product price. I have chosen it. And what CraftForms does, it automatically replaces this product price with a special block that is coming from CraftForms, and that can display live instantly pricing from the form. However, we maintain the same style, and so whatever styles we can apply here, those styles should be applied also on that replaced block. In this case, what we do, we add more padding here. We can also make it semi-bold like this, so you see it's already kind of better. And now check how it works. Yeah, you see the same styling. Okay, so thank you for watching. It was tutorial dedicated to recreating product or Blinds4You wooden blinds, this form.